on fire.
Yeah, you had them. Don't turn the light off.
Yeah, but then we'll lose. Can we just turn those lights off?
Those two.
Or even if it's just the one above us.
No,
No, I think we need the light. I think we need to stick with the light.
I have to put my microphone back on.
Oh, are we working? Do we need to do a test?
Oh, it's picking up some audio. You can see our audio levels down here.
Whereabouts?
It was picking up some audio down there.
See.
How loud do you have to get to clip it? I don't know. Let's have a look at the see. Since we're going live.
So we got to talk about the beers we've had since we've been here too.
Yeah, that's right.
Talk about the beers we've had since we've been here. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's all right. I think that's all right.
Now we're going to be on a loop because of that. But the look, you are bright. Do you want me to turn that light off?
Yeah, only, but I think we'll try it.
Unless you can dim your camera down.
Well, I can't really move because it's actually above you.
Yeah, it looks like it's right above you though. Yeah, it looks like it's right above you though. It's still super loud. I'm putting my mic down here. Just say stuff.
Okay.
Just say stuff.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just out here talking to myself, staring at the lovely beach out here. We did have some kites out here earlier, and now we have a lovely view of Coolangatta. Lots of lights everywhere. Still got a few crazy people jogging up and down. Way too much energy, way too much time on their hands. But I must say, today has been a wonderful day. Oh, knock it up a bit, knock it up a bit. Keep it going. No. This side. No. That didn't help. Actually, I think it's... You still need some light if you can dim it. Whoa. Can you dim it?
What is your problem?
I think you made it worse.
Mate, what worse?
Me, I'm a Martian.
Oh.
I'm the second son of the Earth.
Because I was listening to it near the microphone. I was getting all this wicked feedback. Well, now I have to say stuff to hear it.
You want me to say stuff?
No, I can say.
Oh. Is there an echo in here? Hello.
Well, you can talk about the beers we've had.
Yeah.
You happy with that? Why are you so shiny?
Well, and the light's above you.
Yeah, but I look at you and you're not that shiny.
But I am. Yeah. That light shined up my left-hand side, this side. That shined up this side.
Yeah, but everything else was dark because I was watching on the stream.
Maybe I'll go and get my hat.
You want to get a hat? Maybe.
Yeah, that'll darken me. Looking at that, that'll probably make me look as red as I normally do.
Say some stuff while you're in there. See if I can hear it.
Okay, well, talk to me. So I'm not insane, Julia. I'm just talking. Well, I'm going to get a hat to test the voice that's going on. So I'm walking down the hallway here. I just noticed some bananas on my left and a stroller and a lovely picture on my right, and also just walking past the front door. Opposite the front door is a bench. And then I'll look a little bit further. I'm going. Close my door over lightly. Walking back past the front door. Past the toilet. Should I go or should I stay? Should I go or should I stay now? Right, yeah. Well, we've got the footy going on to the left. Right.
We want some steersmans while we
Hey?
fry them up. We need some steersmans.
Fry them up. Then we won't taste the beer. Well, we already know what it tastes like, I suppose.
Yeah, that's true.
I've got my main hobbies hat on. It should be a 60-minute mash cap, but we haven't got there yet.
Our own merch.
Well, definitely. We should have our own merch.
You reckon?
I reckon our 4 subscribers will probably take us up on something.
Yeah, but who's the third and fourth?
I'm sure it's me, you,
Yeah.
Madeline, and Mia.
Oh, yeah. They'll probably want some merch.
Of course they will. As long as we supply it, they're not going to pay for it.
Yeah. Or anyone who comes to watch this anyway, I'll flip out all that first bullshit.
Oh, because we're live from the Esplanade at sunny Surface Paradise,
What's sunny?
Queensland. Well, it was sunny until technical issues crept in.
Yeah, to fuck around. Yeah. Stuff around. Not swearing.
Yeah, we're not swearing. We're not vaping.
Nope.
What we are doing is drinking plenty of beer.
And we have done.
We
haven't
have.
we?
We have. So we got here Friday, and then since Friday, we did the usual thing and called into Dan Murphy's. Not sponsored, by the way, but Dan, if you feel like you need to, feel free. And we bought James Squire Stride and some Steersman. Steersman's not a bad beer, and it's a Queensland beer. It's actually produced in Queensland. Pretty sure. Pretty sure I read that somewhere.
Do we get it in New South Wales?
No, we bought it at Dan's.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Is it available?
Yeah, it's available at Dan's as well. That's the only place I've seen available in New South Wales is Dan's. Dan Murphy's we're talking about. Everybody knows Dan Murphy's as Dan's. Yeah, so we invested some money.
That's shake. Shaking the.
Shake it up. Ah, that's a
Sorry.
dodgy stand you got it on there.
Sorry, this is a dodgy setup here. What's going on here?
Anyway, this here.
What's going on here?
Well, I don't know. Mine's been the same for quite a while.
I need to hide under the table a bit more.
Well, normally we've got the bar in front of us, but we don't have a bar in front of us tonight. Oh, you're just showing off now. I've got one glass. I don't even have a can.
I took it because I'm putting up a decoy.
Hang on. This should work for me too. Oh, yeah, lovely. So anyway.
Sorry to interrupt.
So anyway, apart from our Steersman and our James Squire Stride, we did purchase Stone and Wood Big Pale Ale. And this is what we're going to talk about first off before we get into our adventures.
Yeah, 'cause these have been sitting out here for a minute, so let's get these in the glass and have a chat about these ones.
So we cleanse the palate with our Steersman.
The award-winning Stone and Wood Big Pale Ale.
Yep. Well, the head's producing pretty good. What's the alcohol content? 5.6. I didn't bring my glasses out. Silly me. They're 5.6.
5.6. And if you're a member at Dan Murphy's, currently going for
$18.
$18 a 4-pack.
A 4-pack.
If you can find it, I found it really hard to find a Dan Murphy's decent stock. So if you find a 4-pack or a carton, get on it.
I can hear the surf in the background. I don't know whether you guys can hear it, but The surf is
they can
going
see
on in the
it.
background.
They can
See
see
a
it.
little bit.
Oh,
You would have seen more earlier,
yeah.
but technical difficulties.
Thank you, YouTube. Cheers.
Occasional plane flying past. We're about 4 levels up from the Esplanade.
So, do we have to take your laptop to House of Brews?
If we were going to do anything from there, we will.
Yeah.
Unless we get 50 subscribers between now and then.
And we can go live on the mobile phone, which
So
is what we're planning to do.
We'd also have to get permission from the House of Brews.
Well, you know, as I see a lot of people working on their laptops.
Yeah, but with 2 cushions and, you know, pointing back, and we got to take the cushions with us.
Maybe. Maybe. We can take the cushion.
We're still working on our setup, guys, and we're not normally live together. So,
No.
if you didn't realise.
No.
So here we go. Here's the Stone and Wood Big
Cheers.
Pale Ale. Cheers.
I put my decoys back here.
So, I mean, smelling, it's got a beautiful aroma. Very fruity, but not over the top.
Yep. Hops, Big Secret, and Eclipse. So it's almost their hazy pale, except it's missing the Galaxy. And I do think that this is a replica of their hazy, except they've not put the wheat in for the haziness. It looks very filtered. Or may not be filtered, but to get that clarity, I'd have to filter it.
Well,
And it's I do feel like they've done a lot more bittering hops in the boil than they would the hazy. And apart from that, the aroma is like almost identical to the hazy pale, but it's probably just as dry as the hazy. But there is a lot more bitterness on the back of that tongue at the end there.
yeah, definitely. It is a dry beer. Not as fruity as the aroma would have you think.
Mm.
It's a nice beer, like Chris said, very, very clear. The aroma, I like the aroma.
Yeah, it's I think they've taken a page out of the hazy pale ale book, because you don't usually get those fruity aromas off a pale ale, Stone and Wood pale ale. You don't get that level of fruitiness.
Well, an example would be I'm trying to think what we had earlier today.
Which one? The James Squire.
No, not the James Squire. James Squire Stride.
We had the Byron Brew.
Byron Bay.
Yeah, Byron Bay Brews. Yeah.
Mm. It's not a bad drop, but for me personally, it's closer to a commercial beer than a craft beer. I didn't get much of the aroma, and the taste was. It's a nice beer. Don't get me wrong; it was still a nice beer. It was not a beer I wouldn't buy. Like, I'd buy it again, but I was surprised at how close to my taste buds it was to a commercial beer. Mm.
Yeah. Hey, what if we move the laptop down this end and then the light's not bouncing off your face? Want to try that? We can do live changes.
I don't actually feel it bouncing off my face.
No, but it's
Are you doing this just to try and hide your guts?
I should. Just tell me, or do you notice it already?
Yeah, I am.
Still a little bit shiny.
But I could take my hat off. Probably a little bit dark. And now I'm right under the light. How funny is that? I think we'll work with that.
I don't get it.
We're in such a beautiful location. We can.
Oh, but look at. There we go. That's a live show. Relax, guys.
Yeah.
Calm down.
We're all here for the same reason. Taste of the beer. I don't know if you can hear that, but the party bus just went by.
We don't need a party bus.
We got our own party happening on the balcony. Yeah, how beautiful.
Actually, Party Bus does sound pretty good right now.
It does. Or we just crank up the tunes.
Hmm.
But if you crank them up too loud, no one will be able to hear us. But you'll get to see us doing some dancing. That's pretty exciting.
Whip out, let's work. So, what other beers have we had since we've been on the Gold Coast?
So on what are we? Sunday.
Yeah.
Yesterday
Got here Friday. We had some.
we did have some.
We had some on Friday.
Where did we go Friday? We went.
We went to the Clock Hotel for a $24
Oh, we had
rib.
yeah.
Pork
We had
ribs. Full rack of ribs, $24. Get down to Clock Hotel.
Oh, very
will
nice.
not disappoint.
Very nice.
What do they have on tap?
We had 150 lashes. And we compared the 150 lashes to.
That's right. Because we went there specifically to get the lashes to compare it to the
Because we'd been drinking the
Squire.
James Squire's Stride
That's right.
earlier. And the Stride is my opinion. I think Chris's opinion. That was our preference. I don't think it was any better. It's just different. It was just nice because we've been drinking the Stride. 150 lashes is normally my go-to craft beer, apart from the Bolter XPA. And
For taps.
For on tap at the
Yeah.
pubs. And I think that's what we had.
What were your notes comparing the lashes to the one we got from Dan's?
The Stride.
The Stride.
The Stride is just. It's got a nice aroma, a much better aroma, and the mouthfeel, and it's not. It's hard to explain because I don't have the two to compare in front of me, but the Stride just stands out because it's just maybe a little bit more flavourable. That's probably the only thing I can come up with.
I'll chime in there, and it's exactly why I think the Big Pale Ales won awards is because the only thing I could taste different between the lashes and the Stride was not much at all. The only difference was the aromas that came out of the bottle.
Yeah, the Stride had a much bigger aroma.
Yeah, and I feel that's the same way Stone and Wood have gone with theirs. Is they're taking a leaf out of the Hazy Pale book and they're doing their normal pale ales, but they're doing dry hops.
Yeah.
Through the fermentation.
So we've had two types of Stone and Wood this weekend, and I'm thinking we had Stone.
Yeah, we've had the Stone and Wood Pale Ale from the tap. We've had the Big Pale Ale,
yeah,
which is Stone and Wood Pale Ale, but with dry hop additions.
And my preference is the actual, tell a lie. Comparing it to something different, but my preference between the Big Pale Ale and the Hazy, was it the Hazy?
Yeah, the one we tasted last week.
Yeah, it was the
Yeah.
Hazy. The Hazy to me is just much nicer for my palate. So, but the one that was a surprise that we did also touch on was the Bolter Easy Pale.
Easy Hazy.
Easy Hazy.
Yeah,
That was a nice drop.
that was surprisingly nice. Yeah.
It had a really nice fruity aroma, but the flavour wasn't in your mouth fruity. To me, it had a little bit of backhand bitterness, which is I don't mind, but it was just a nice, easy drink. And
Yeah, that bitterness kicked in like really late.
yeah,
And when you first mentioned it, I'm like, there's no bitterness in this. But just before I could take my second sip, I was like, oh, okay, it's kicking me in the back of the tongue there. Yeah, that was nice. I honestly think I could sit on that beer all night. And
easy, no pun intended.
it was quite easy to put down, very easy to put down. It wasn't quite easy to stand up. afterwards.
No. But yeah, no, it was good. And where did we go for that? We went because we're on the Surfers Paradise, of course. It was at the beer garden, which is a pretty nice atmosphere at the beer garden.
And we did work up a thirst because we were in time zone for an hour before that, running after the little ones.
Yes.
And you're a demon on the Dodgem cars too.
I was just taking the fast line.
Fast line, yeah.
I lapped the girls. I don't know how many times. But
Oh,
all the girls wanted to do was take me out.
Bro.
Like,
You,
take me out.
Oh yeah, you did get nailed a few times.
I did.
You got pinned
Trying to cut up the inside. Yeah, you're gone, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was good.
It was good fun. It was good fun. Letting the hair down a little bit. So getting back to the beers.
What else do we have?
What did we have today?
Oh, nothing to write home about. We had
no, that's right. It was the Byron Bay.
Byron Bay.
And what was the other one? Well, we already spoke about it.
No, we spoke about the Byron Bay, and we got the. That's a great question. That's what happens when you testing out the brews.
Both of them we had not had before. We had not.
Oh, the Furfies.
Oh, Furfies.
Yeah,
Furfies wasn't a bad beer, but it was pretty close to a commercial beer in my mind. A little bit more fruity. There was a little bit of aroma, but not much. But it was pretty close to a commercial beer. So we don't know Furfies. As I said, that's the first time we've tried it. And it's like I probably bagging them, but I probably wouldn't. If I saw it on tap, I'd go for a James Squire or a Bolter, or a Wooden Stone over the top of it.
Yeah, I definitely agree. You just didn't, in both those beers we had today, you didn't get the craft experience. You didn't get. I was drinking.
Right.
I'm like, I mean, it's bitter, but what hops are in there? Like what flavor?
And the difference.
What is it? It's just this.
There was no
ginger water.
Yeah,
I don't know. I couldn't really.
Giveaway. And like, I mean, it's not a money thing, but the price you pay for we pay the premium for craft beer because it's a craft beer. But those today were a bit of a letdown, and you probably would have gone and bought a commercial beer and enjoyed it more than what probably for the money. I'm just comparing the money side of it. But because we're craft beer drinkers and producers of craft
we're on
beer,
the craft beer journey. That's our
yeah, that's right.
That's our journey.
Good way of putting it, craft beer journey.
And those two beers we tried today, I don't think fit the brief, and I would probably not select those on the tap again if there was other options. There weren't many options where we went today. We were down at Hijinks. The little ones wanted to play putt-putt at the Holy Moly, so our options were limited. And we thought we were making the best options, but honestly, looking back, we probably should have just gone the Stone and Wood.
Yeah, because I had that on tap as well, but
we already had that.
We're just trying everything, comparing. Like our tastes are not everybody's taste. Like it probably, and obviously because they're on tap, in a pub or hotel or whatever, the Furfies and the Byron Bay are good beers, but just not mine or Chris's taste.
No, not for what we're trying to do anyway. And even if we were trying to find a good session beer, I would probably stay away from those as well because they were heavy but tasteless.
Yeah. The best session beer that we had, I think, or I had, was, if I'm getting it right, was one of them would have been the Bolter Hazy Pale.
The Easy Hazy.
Easy Hazy.
Yeah, definitely.
And there was one other one. I was pretty impressed with the aroma and the flavour. But It might have been one of the Stone and Woods on tap.
Yeah, right.
But I tell you what, James Squires, when you're going out and they're on tap, they're pretty hard to beat. Bolter and James Squires.
Have we seen any Squires on tap? So
Yeah, the lashes.
Oh yeah,
No
lashes.
stride,
Sorry.
only lashes. You
That's
always
right.
see lashes.
Yeah.
But I think this, like, okay, lashes is on tap. Stride was in the stubbies, in like it's bottled. And stride is my preference over the lashes.
Mine too. Thank you for the introduction because
My pleasure.
I haven't been to a Dan Murphy's for a long time. The last time I was in there was to get the Stone and Wood hazy.
Yeah.
And I mean, I walked out of Dan Murphy's with dog piss. Is it dog piss?
Let's not be so harsh on Steersman. It's okay.
All right. Well,
it's good.
if you want a flavorless beer that gets the job done, Steersman.
It's the same.
But I don't think I paid much less than what you got the.
No, I think I paid 56 and you paid 45, so it's about $9.
Yeah. Okay.
So
I think the difference was mine came out of the cool room, and this was just to get us primed up till they got cold.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, James Squires is, and we're not sponsored by James Squires.
We're not sponsored by anyone.
We just like the beer. And it's just a nice beer, but it's at reasonable prices. So when we're between brews, and we're making brews, we can actually buy a decent beer, or if we're out, we can buy it at the pub or on tap.
Yeah.
And not have to buy a commercial beer. So yeah, that's what I find. Ever since I've been brewing, I prefer to buy a craft beer.
Do you like drinking your craft beers? Because you've been sitting on that one for a while.
Well, we don't have any more, do we? Oh, we've got a couple of.
I can get some hazies out.
Oh, that's right.
You want to man the fort? I'll get us a couple of fruity juice bombs.
I'll man the fort. It's going to be hard to man the fort sitting out on this lovely balcony, looking out over the ocean.
Oh, we should have saved some prawns.
Oh, what a shame! Oh, yeah, we have been too.
All right.
That's.
Yeah,
well, maybe we have to buy some more prawns, and we can do that again another time.
Let me clean the table.
Well, then that's your stomach hider. That's definitely.
No, I'm good over there. Do you need one?
Yeah, I have to put my hat probably over you.
Well,
yeah.
You can keep advertising.
No, let's put the good beer in front. Let's not put the crap beer.
I thought you organised that.
So we're just.
I've got to remember that I'm on. I just put the microphone there.
Rightio. Yes, we're in shot. Beautiful. Yeah, so like we were saying, we got here Friday. It's now Sunday, and we've had the best weather. But we're here for the rest of the week. We head home on Saturday, and it's just really nice looking out over the water. We went for a walk along the beach this afternoon, and yeah, very relaxing. The first time off I've had for a while. Absolutely bloody beautiful. So yeah, the few beers that we've had, it's a bit of a shocker to me because I haven't sort of been out and bought beer for a long time, and particularly when you're buying craft beer, it's not the cheapest beer. But I'd prefer to pay the extra money and support the craft brewers because that's my preference flavour than the commercial beers. And before I started brewing, I gave up drinking for about 18 months. And I don't know whether it's because I did not have a beer for 18 months or anything, or it's because my taste buds have attuned to craft beer. The commercial beer just does not do it for me anymore. So there's probably half a dozen or more beers that taste exactly the same. So yeah, so that's where I'm at the moment. Now, Chris has come back with a couple more samples, and I still haven't finished my beer because I've been too busy gas bagging.
Oh yeah. What are we talking about?
I was just talking about when I gave up drinking
Oh
and
god.
how the commercial beer, there's a half a dozen or more commercial beers all taste the same, but the craft beers are now my flavour of beer.
Yeah. And look at that haze. Look at that.
Yeah,
I swear to God.
that's the better of the two, isn't it?
I swear to God. That's a 5.2. What was the other one?
So we talked about this earlier in the week, the hazy pale ale, and yeah,
Hazy.
I'm starting to get a bit hazy pazy myself.
Yes, let's keep that on. But that.
Yeah, I'm sure I could smell it as soon as you cracked it.
Just try to compare the two flavor profiles. Like there's
That's a more sweeter aroma.
but even the that mouthfeel is a lot more drier. I thought the big was dry, but
That's heaps dry.
that's
Yeah.
really dry.
I remember talking about it on Wednesday that was a very dry beer, and they do that so you drink more. I'm sure.
That's a good strat. The aroma.
Yeah.
That's a juice bomb. Not as good as my one I've got in the
Juice Bigelow. I actually remember the name.
The Juice Bigelow. Yeah, that is. If you think that's a fruit bomb, get up the Kegland Juice Bigelow all grain kit. That is.
Yeah, if you're doing all grains, give it a go. I did an all grain kit from Kegland a while ago, but I can't think of the name of it. And that turned out pretty good for me too. So
yeah, get on that. Get on that Kegland. It's such a good way to experiment with new grains, new hops. And we're talking today, like we've been stuck in a rut of the same grains, the same hops. But once you get on these kits, it's
mixing. Yeah, just mixing it up.
Yeah,
like people that have been there and done it and produced something, whereas we're still on that journey, as Chris said earlier, of finding the nice beers, the nice grains, the nice hops that all make that night a good blend.
Yeah. And now after this all grain kit, I'm actually excited to try the beers that I really don't delve into much, like the stouts. Some of those like really dark beers, some red beers. I'm really interested into diving into that world.
Yeah, the reds have got me curious.
Yeah, and I didn't really know much about reds, but a guy I worked with, he mentioned it, and I was like, okay, well, I'll suss it out. So if anyone's got a good reds recipe out there, put it in the comments below, and I'll brew it and I'll review it and throw it up on the YouTube channel.
Yeah, because a lot of the ways I find brews, because I use Brewfather, Brewfather, the app for my recipes and things. There's some really nice recipes in their library that you can go through and have a look at and sort of adjust them and make them your own. A lot of ideas. My first grain brew, I bought all the gear and I had no idea what I was going to make. So I went to a brew shop and said, all right, I want to make a brew. What hops do I need? And no idea. Didn't have a recipe. Wasn't using Brewfather. Had all the gear to make a beer, and I'm sure the young fellow that I spoke to, because he was only a young fellow, he had to stop and think himself. Oh, okay, this fellow wants to make a beer. What grains? What hops? So even though he worked in the shop, I'm not I don't think he did a lot of brewing himself. So anyway, he gave me an idea to what to do, the grains and the hops, and I made that beer. And to me, initially, it was very, very bitter. And that's when
It was what? Bitter?
bitter.
Oh, okay.
A lot of people were doing a 60-minute hop edition,
What do you mean? It's like hopping
just
for
doing for the bitterness, the 60 minutes.
putting it in straight away?
Yeah. As soon as it starts boiling, you whack it in.
How much?
I think it was 20 grams. It wasn't a lot, but over a 60-minute boil. And then there was the like a, I can't remember now, like it could have been a 15-minute addition as well. Going from being a commercial beer drinker to making my first home brew, craft brew, it was bitter ass. It was like, oh, wasn't terrible. It wasn't horrible, but it was just not my flavour of beer. It was just,
Yeah.
and it wasn't overly bitter either, like 20 grams over a 60-minute period. It's just the fact that my taste buds and your beer drinking habits, like when you're drinking like Carlton Dry, Extra Dry, commercial beers,
Yeah.
that pretty much taste the same, you
It's
just
nothing
get
there.
acclimatized.
Yeah.
There is really no flavour. It's just alcohol, and
Yeah.
something that your palate drinking. Whereas with the craft brew, it's like when you being a cook, you like cooking and everything like that. It's the little things that make a difference in a meal.
Yeah, it's like you cook an egg and serve it, or do you cook an egg and I'll add salt and pepper, or do you add, other herbs and spices or whatever?
It's just that little bit
that's a
extra.
broad statement, but it's like here's an egg, or here's an egg with the flavor, which is kind of where we're heading now. Like we're sick of plain eggs. We want our beer with different characteristics.
Yeah, like if you got a choice of eating the same old fried eggs every day, or having a fried egg that you'd normally eat with a little bit of a twist, flavour, herbs, whatever,
Yeah,
you probably tend to go with that little bit of a change.
yeah. Cook it in a different oil, or cook it with butter or something like that's. I just came up with that on the spot, but I don't mind that analogy. Is that a lot of the commercial beers is a plain fucking egg?
Yeah, exactly right.
And
exactly right.
And our craft beers is that egg, but there's a lot of herbs and spices you can put on that.
Yeah, and that's what I learned when I first started brewing. Is man, there's so many different grains, so many different hops, so many different times to add those hops, so many different ways to add the hops.
Yep.
And then, there's a gazillion things to make the ultimate recipe. And that's where you got to give the credit to these guys when they, like Stone and Wood, James Squire, they're the two that come to mind because that's what we've been drinking. It's like they get it right. They get it, so they produce a beer that is to the majority of people's palates.
Yeah,
and that's why they're successful.
And they're not hugely commercial too. Like these are limited runs. So I'm actually interested. I take my hat off to Stone and Wood, because even before I was in the craft brew world, they got my attention real quick with this hazy, and that's when I just got the brewing equipment. I said I need to know how to make something like that, because that is what I'm interested in. Drink beer forever. I've been drinking beer forever, but I've been sucking dick on the mainstream beers. I didn't realize there was a world of other flavors out there.
No, I totally agree. It was a big eye opener, and also, the taste buds. Really, when you're drinking mainstream beer, commercial beer, there's no taste buds involved. You just get immune to everything. But when you get into beer, you begin to get attuned to different subtleties of flavor and smells, and I mean, that's what it is. It's an art form, really. Craft beer is an art to get something that everybody likes, and that's what I like about the hobby.
I love that about the hobby. That's what gets me hard about the hobby, is because if I've tasted a beer somewhere, I can really dive in and try and figure out how they've made it, and then if I get close to it, I might be able to mess around and make it. If I thought it was lacking this or
Yeah.
needed more of that, I can do that. So
Because we can take a recipe from anywhere, and we can customize it to suit ourselves. And as I said with Brewfather's got so many recipes in their library. And that's what I've done in the past with some of my beers. Is looked at it and I thought, okay, well, I use this grain. I have a habit of using the same grains, which I think I need to get out of that and look at different grains and a few more hops. And I think that's because you tend to just build up with the same grains and same hops that you're used to using, you feel comfortable with, and you think they're safe because they work.
yeah, on to your safe thing. Yeah, I think that's right. So, you get into the hobby, you get your first recipe, it turns out good, and people just gravitate to that. Oh, it worked. Then they get scared to step out of their comfort zone because, is this next recipe not going to work? It's
And I think what
it's exactly what I did. I got a good recipe and I stuck with it, and I got a good hazy recipe. I stuck with it. It's like, no, this is not a hobby.
it gets a bit boring.
This is boring. This
routine.
is redundant. It's like, no, I need to spice up the beer. I need to try things I might not like, because I could make it and I could love it. It could be my next favorite beer.
Yeah.
And I loved having that option to be able to do that, especially with the small batches. I'm not dedicating 2 kegs to a brew that I might not enjoy.
Or may not like. Yeah.
If it's 1 keg that I don't really enjoy, fuck it, I'll drink it. Then I'll move on to the next one. I won't make that one again.
Yeah.
Or I'll look at, well, what didn't I like about it, and how can I change it? And I may try make it again and make a subtle difference. But yeah, I do agree that making the craft beer is a good option to paying for that mainstream dog shit.
Yeah, I mean, not all of it's dog shit. Some of it,
A lot, fucking come on.
Yeah, a lot of it is. But they all, they started with the same thing. But then it became for the commercial brewers, it's about money, and it's about sales, because it falls out of the hands of a craft brewery. Look, how many craft breweries out there barely make a profit?
I'm sick of
their costs.
I'm actually sick of loading up my news feed every morning and seeing this brewery shut down, this brewery shut down.
Yeah.
Where's the government kickbacks for the struggling breweries?
All they want to do is tax it and tax it and tax it.
Let's give free water to Coca-Cola, but let's not help the struggling breweries.
Yeah, I know.
It's dog shit.
But that's a whole other realm. That's a whole other realm.
Yes, that's not what we're about. This is not a political channel. It's strictly beer. But fuck you, government. Help out the struggling breweries, hey?
Yeah.
Hey, let's cheers to that.
But apart from that, craft brew is the best hobby I think I've had. There's so many different alternatives, and so many people doing it. And when you talk to somebody that does their own beer, and there's that camaraderie there,
that passion.
Yeah, that's right, because we're all trying to achieve this. We're all trying to make the ultimate beer. You got to try this one.
Well, the ultimate beer for them, like the ultimate beer for you, is not the ultimate beer for me.
No, well, that's right.
Not the ultimate beer for me.
As much as I think I've created the ultimate beer, created the ultimate beer, you'll probably come up with something different, or your taste buds don't. You know, well, they're all different to mine.
And my taste buds change, so
Yeah.
my beer flavor is going to change over time too. I might make that stout, and you know what? I'm a stout guy now.
Please,
Yeah, you laugh.
please don't be that stout guy.
Why not?
Because I like the beer that you make, but I don't know if I can go stout.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. I have to please the crowd, I guess.
I'll have to bring my own beer when I come and visit.
You come up for Christmas. Oh, what's on tap? Stout. Oh, fine.
Oh,
I'm going to dance.
Lucky I brought my own.
I'm going to dance. Getting some Steersmans. You fucking stout.
I don't know if I'd buy Steersmans. I think I'd be buying James Squire before I bought Steersmans.
That's
but
true.
anyway, the point is that it's a good hobby, and everybody's got their own taste, like anything. So
that's true.
So what
That's
we
true.
think about these, we enjoyed. What we think about these, we enjoyed, but we like this one better. Even this one's the awards winner. Obviously, we're not a good judge.
Yeah, big pale.
And this
Big
is a
pale.
hazy
There's
pale.
hazy.
Yeah.
All they've done is stolen a little bit of technique from the hazy, added it to the big. I don't think that should have won the beer of the year. Hazy should have taken out all the awards across the board.
Yeah, it's a bit. Yeah, it's not a bad beer, but
these are bold claims. These are my opinions. Bold claims. I know fucking little.
No, the two of us.
I know. I know little about beer, but hands down, hazy trumps the big pig, because I think Stonewood got a little bit piggish on their. Actually, I don't even know what I'm saying. I was trying to do a little something.
But yeah, no, it's at the end of the day, we both prefer the hazy over the big pale. But that's just personal preference. And yeah,
it is what it is. And if you have any, objections to our opinions, I'd love to hear it.
Yeah, voice your own. Put it in the comments.
I'd love to hear you slaying us in the comments about how many things we got wrong on this live, because I'm sure there's plenty.
But we are sitting on the esplanade overlooking the beach at Surfers Paradise. So, we've had a few beers this afternoon.
Had a few primers.
Just to warm us up to this event. And if you get a chance to come down to Surface, I'd recommend coming down. This time of year is a good time of year and just a nice atmosphere. So if you get a chance, hop on down to Surfers Paradise.
Well, you're a spokesman for fucking Surface now.
No, I must be, because it's just coming out of my head.
All right. Anyway,
I'd give the address, but it's not our place, so we can't rent it out. But we are enjoying staying here.
Yeah, we are enjoying staying here, and peace and love to everyone who's watching this, because we don't know how this is going to turn out. We don't even know if this is going to stay on the channel. So thanks for sticking around. If you were here, peace and love.
Yeah, we got to go and cook some dinner now for the family. So,
are you going to help cook?
Of course.
Oh,
I think I have to clean the barbecue, because I said I'll clean the barbecue.
Thanks,
all right, guys. We'll see you next week.
Peace out.